All right, let's run through this little English game that I just wrapped up with Salazar, who is a Brazilian fella. So I'm gonna fire it up with that pawn out there. Gonna get my pawn to c4, and then Salazar's just gonna start doing some weird stuff, dude. You don't want your queen here this early in the game. I'm just gonna develop really quickly. Doesn't like any of these moves. He's just trying to like, what is this, dude? You know, what's that checkmate called? I'm forgetting it. The Scholars Mate. You're not going to Scholars Mate me, dude. You know? We didn't get to 1200 by getting Scholars Mated. Okay? So I just developed my knight and block his Scholars Mate attempt. And we're rolling, dude. And we're rolling. Computer doesn't love me castling here. It just wants me to develop my pieces and start attacking the center as soon as possible. And it wants me... I don't even... What is this queen move, dude? What is this guy doing with his queen? You know? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't love this. Wanted me to just... launch my pawn into the center, just immediately start kicking pieces because I do have this protected by a couple pieces. So, but I thought trying to prepare this move looked nice. Again, just like trying to fork me, I guess. I don't even know what this guy's. This guy's just playing like weird aggressive chess. He just seems like somebody's little brother stole the account. And I'm just gonna kick the knight, dude. You know, kick the knight and then kick the bishop. And things are good. And I guess I should have kept pushing pawns because this knight has nowhere good to go. It would have had to go back here, which would have been great. But I developed the bishop, not making the best moves, but I still have a significant advantage. I'm going to be honest. This was a massive error. I don't know what I was thinking about here. I thought this knight was on the dark square diagonal. I thought this pawn was behind this knight when I attacked it. So I was like, oh, when the knight moves, I'll just take this pawn. I don't know what was going on in my brain. Okay, not a lot probably. Very few things were happening in my brain, but. Now my bishop's in kind of an awkward place. Not a great move. Yeah, he just attacks my bishop. I trade it off. Happy to do that, you know. Get my queen developed with the plan of getting my knight developed, and all is well. You know, all is well. This knight's in a weird spot. I don't know what this guy's doing. Nothing he's doing makes a whole lot of sense to me. But I just attacked this pawn, which is fine. I guess he was trying to attack my bishop. I put it here, which was not a good move. I don't want to lose this fianchettoed bishop. Again, making a mistake, but this dude's making more mistakes, so we're all good. He attacks my knight here, and I was a little scared taking this pawn, which is the whole purpose I put my knight here to begin with, because I wasn't sure if I was getting trapped, but I figured I could probably make something happen. And I kind of do here, but I kind of blow it. So I just try to blow this open, attack the knight and the pawn simultaneously, so we trade there. I should have just gotten my knight out of dodge and taken my free pawn, but I took with the pawn, and then he pushes the pawn, which attacks my knight. But what I didn't realize is that I could just take the knight. Like, I don't know what I was thinking about here. I guess when he took with his rook, it would have been kind of scary, but... should have just taken the knight, probably, you know? But we keep it rolling, dude, and then I get the knight out here. He takes with the bishop. I take the bishop. Again, guess I probably should have taken the knight. Would have probably won a free pawn here. But I lose that pawn, all is well. Stack up on the file. And homie is just trying to get a little skewer action. I don't know, some discovered attack stuff going on. So I get my queen off the file. Happier with it here. It just looks safer. Now I'm going to trade off this knight to try to get my queen active. And I was pretty happy about this, but completely missed the fact that this was a free rook, because I'd be taking the rook with I mean, it's a free rook, which would have led to a free knight as well. I should have just won the game right here, but I missed another thing, dude. I'm out here missing things. That's what we're out here doing, dude, you know? Okay? So, but he just still doesn't move the rook for some reason, and the rook's been hanging for a year, and I just take that rook, and I'm pretty happy about that, you know? Salazar having a pretty tough game, if we're being honest with ourselves. I give him a check here. He pushes this pawn, which I'm pretty happy to see, because I'm feeling like this king is getting pretty open, and I'm just going to try to attack it. He goes here, attacks my rook, hoping I don't notice, but I just stack the rooks on the file. I'm pretty willing to part ways with this pawn, is sort of my feelings the whole time. I'm just trying to get my pieces coordinated pretty well. Get my queen in here. Queen has access to the back rank, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I guess this would have been better. Yeah, so attacking the kings from both sides. He just completely bails on that side of the board with his queen, which seems bold given the circumstances, you know, because I'm bringing my entire team. I'm bringing my entire team right now, dude. So I take a free pawn. I really just kind of wanted my queen on this side of the king to try to make a checkmate happen. I guess this check would have been good because I can kind of force the king in here and start messing it up with my pawns, but I'm just going to try to make a mate happen with my queen and my rook. He completely just ignores the fact that I have a mate, and I checkmate him with this move right here, dude. And that's the type of stuff we like to see out here, dude. We checkmate like that, dude. We get a mate in one and just annihilate Salazar off the board. You know? Pretty nice one there. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.